5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We have been farting about so much, you wouldn't believe.
But Mike just played some amazing drums, some really, really incredible drums. You really are quite match fit at the moment, aren't you?
No.
I think you are. I think you are.
That's depressing if that's match fit. Match fit if it's a Sunday league and I'm a big fat beer swilling guy, just run around the pitch going.
So you just played Motorhead Overkill, and I mean, so with that you've got to have really stamina for the kick drums, but your separation and accuracy with timing and space was so good.
The one I'd love to do, but I can't.
Really, really good.
I might be able to. Is Eagle Fly Free by Halloween. That whole song is literally just, but it's just got some amazing drum fills and things.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can play it.
Fuck that. Homer, hello.
Hey everybody.
And Rob, hello. And that's Taylor, I believe. Odd sod.
Is it?
Yeah, that's Taylor.
Hey,
hello,
Taylor.
Lee, hello.
Okay. Can anyone?
Oh, it's Leanne. Hello, Leanne.
Yeah, hello, Leanne.
I thought Odd sod was Taylor's login. Oh well.
Login. Sorry.
So is that like, it's my duty?
It's my duty. Oh, yes. Classic moment.
On Taylor's account.
Can somebody on Facebook just try liking or following? We managed to get some random. Yay!
Lee, thank you so much.
All that I did was log in and out of stuff and try swapping some bits around. I didn't actually move
Change or move anything.
No. Huzzah! Welcome back, Facebook
Huzzah.
people. Huzzah.
Huzzah.
How are we, everyone?
Rob
How
says,
are things?
"Oh, please, Overkill." If I can't remember. I know that one. Obviously, Ace of Spades. What else so that's Iron Fist, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
You've
I
got
think the
Bomber as well.
Yeah. We haven't got any track for anything.
No, basically it's all just play Ace of Spades and then change the lyrics over. So, Ace of Spades, it's a bomber, it's a bomber. I would like to say it's a bummer. It's more funny.
Of course you would.
So, what have you, wonderful, beautiful, lovely, extremely splendid, sexy people, been up to this week?
So, what was your week like? Because it's not been great, has it?
It's not been good so far. There seems to be a running theme in my family and my girlfriend with people just either getting ill or having to be rushed to hospital or various bits and bobs. It's all jolly good fun, but no one's dead yet, which is always good. I like that Colgate flavour, as they say.
Life is not a what was it? There was a film with Steve Martin. Life is a roller coaster ride, not a teapot thing. So some people like to just go round and round, but there's no fun in that. Going up and down and the scary bits.
I don't know. I'd quite like a chance to just go around the little
Nice and
teapot bit
safe.
for a while.
Rob, thank you, Rob. Rob liked it as well when it came up.
The instant your page loaded, your show started. Coincidence? I wonder.
Conspiracy. TL, nice to see you, dude. Nice
Yes. So what's everyone doing out there in their world? Please keep us updated on various shenanigans. Lots of interesting words coming out tonight. Huzzah, shenanigans.
And have you gone back to the 1920s?
Shall we have a bit of daring do?
Oh, daring do.
I say.
I say, sir.
I'm just waiting for... There must be an AI app now that can, A, not only change our faces, but give us beautiful Wing Commander moustaches.
Did you ever watch Armstrong and Miller?
Yes. Oh, yes.
That was such a great sketch they did.
It was very good.
The Aircraftmen sketch, if anyone
Yeah.
has ever seen it. Anyway, right, shall we start with some Pearl Jam?
We are going to start with some Pearly Jam.
Pearless of the Jammers.
Yep.
What album was this on, do you know?
Oh, this would have been 10. That's where all the good... Yeah.
Was that the first one? I thought
Yep.
10 had rats and stuff on it.
No, 10 was like Alive.
Oh, yeah, then it would have
I think
been
it had
that, yeah.
Jeremy on it.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought 10 was the later album.
No,
So,
it was the good one.
trying to get over the drama of... Yeah, so...
Oh, yes.
Leanne had some major drama at the Cowan Telescope. We'll get into that later.
Yes, it got very interesting. Maybe we could well get even more interesting. We'll see.
Shame. Right, shall we do this?
Let's do it. I got my lyrics ready yet to tell ya. Maybe you'll see a little better Saturdays. Ooh, yeah. Whoa, hand down. Faces that you see, some again, they're familiar. Ooh, yeah. Oh, dark green. You can't help when it's happy, looks the same. Ooh, yeah. Talks around like butterflies. Oh, he don't know. So he chases them away. Yeah. Oh, someday, yeah, he'll begin his life again. Life again. Life again. Kneeling, looking for the paper though he doesn't know to read. Oh, yeah. Oh, praying. Now there's something that has never showed him anything. Ooh, yeah. Oh, feeling. Understand the winter and the winter's on his way. Ooh, yeah. Oh, ceiling. Chewing from between all the legal halls of shame. Hey. Even flow. Thoughts around like butterflies. Oh, he don't know. Though he chases them away. Yeah. Ooh, someday, yeah, he'll begin his life again. Oh, whispering hands gently lead him away. Him away. Him away. Yeah. Oh.
Do a bit of solo.
Never know where this ends.
Here we go, lovely. It's coming up. Even flow. Thoughts around like butterflies. Oh, he don't know. So he chases them away. Yeah. Oh, someday, yeah, you'll Somebody's hand's working again, isn't it?
Haven't played actually. Haven't played. Well, I've been recording, but haven't recorded much. Just I've been doing them. Just kind of funky stuff.
Well,
So, yeah.
everything that sounds like Long Train Running.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. 12 songs of Long Train Running.
Yep.
Yeah. So I haven't played since.
Look what he's got, ladies and gents. It's a Paul Gilbert jolly. That can only mean one thing. Are we going to throw that at you?
Yeah. If you're up to
Sweet.
doing
Yeah,
it.
why not?
Right. So Neil said Rats was on Versus. You're absolutely right, Neil. Nice to see you as well, dude. I hope.
Hello,
How is everything with you, dude? Haven't seen you in a while.
Lee went back to the gym yesterday after being ill over Christmas.
Man, everyone's been ill. I'm still. Well, both of us are actually. We're
Yeah.
gunked up with all sorts of stuff, aren't you? Leanne said, "But I was rescued by my knight with a big beard."
Santa!
And what's this I hear about you not gigging with Saviours at the Cow? Oh, I think the first gig back Saviours have, which is they've got John Birchall on guitar.
Who?
John's an amazing guitarist. John Birchall used to be with Hedgehog. But I'm gigging with, I can't remember if I'm doing the Mystery Mayhem that night or I think I'm with Sons of Southport that night. So that gig came in first, and I think the Cow booked up Saviours last.
One day you should do a history mayhem. Where you just play classic tunes from like the 1500s.
Hey, nonny, no. Rob said Boar's Head was fun on Saturday. Some interesting folks. There are always some interesting folks in there. I'm glad you had a good gig though, dude. Leanne said, Ziggy mentioned it, me and Baker Simon. Oh, Baker Simon, yeah. I was thinking his name was Simon Baker, but it's not. He's an actor, isn't he? He was in that Mind thing, Simon Baker, an Australian actor.
Is he?
Doesn't make any difference. I don't know why I'm
Who's the
babbling
Baker? Wasn't there a Baker who was a Doctor Who once? Who am I thinking of?
A Baker who was a Doctor Who?
As in his name, Tom Baker.
Tom Baker, yes, yeah. He was one of the...
He always had this look about him.
He was surprised by everything. He was very surprised. Ziggy mentioned it, me and Baker Simon. Sorry. It's just the gigs came in late, so I was already booked up. Neil said, all good, thanks. Hope you're both well too. Yes, thank you for asking, dude. Not playing anywhere as much as I want to. Oh, no, man. Mark, even everyone, how's you all? How are you, Mark? There was some trouble on what day was it? Friday or Saturday? Friday.
There was a kerfuffle.
Yeah, I hope no one was. I don't know what went on, but I hope no one was hurt. So.
Which we'll see.
Yeah, we shall see what's going on with that. So your friend's taking it further, isn't he? So, or not your? It's not your friend. It was Nick's friend, wasn't it?
Yes, acquaintance of a friend. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Police and everything. Right. So what do you want to do next?
Right. Should we go for a bit of Mr. Dick?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let's try this. Ugh.
Do you want to play bass or anything? Or?
Yeah, I can try. Shall we play that hilarious bass sound that we found?
Yeah, you might need to bring it down a bit.
I might bring it down a touch.
Although it is really good when it just obliterates everything.
Right, let me find it.
Leanne said she made Mark laugh just to get him away, so it worked. Well, good for you, Pop.
Yes, well done. Someone had to defuse the situation. We'll send you out to the Middle East.
Right.
Right.
Do you want to bring that? Is that your volume there? Just play.
No, that's
not.
not the volume.
Just back a touch. Right. Let's see how we go on with this.
Okay.
They're quite fun, man. want to do another one on both?
Let's have a look what we've got.
Okay. Do you want to read that off? That was the song.
Mark says, I have no clue, went outside and that's when he started on me. Thank you, Leanne, and sorry to Mike and the bass player. Just get drunk, Leanne, to run at people, it seems to work, it's more frightening. Mark, forced to be reckoned with, Leanne. Rob says, such a shame when bad stuff happens at a gig. Cal says that is a weird one though. Great gig, but I do remember a guy threatening to stab Jimmy because he told him we didn't know a song he asked for.
Fucking
Really?
hell, man.
Jesus. I mean, normally we've never really had any problems. Like, usually the bouncers and everything are pretty good. They get anything outside really quick, but this time just...
With the Karen telescope, the only thing I found there is it's quite clicky. You've got like groups of people that, you know, oh, so-and-so did this, or so-and-so did that. But never normally problems with kind of... I mean, I've never been there when it's kicked off. But, yeah, such a shame. Such a shame. Right, so do you want to do... We could do Bubbles.
Yep, if I can remember it. I will be blacking it completely.
Or would you rather do something else? We could do like
hang on.
Carry On Your Wayward Son, but that's a killer on vocals.
Yeah, it's not that I just got through that one. What's my starting note in Bubbles?
E.
I can't keep up. Control of the sea.
B.
I'm creating the bubbles at night. I've been here trying to pop them all the time. Let's go.
A. B. C sharp. Then A.
Yeah, I can play it.
Yeah, and then the that's just that between that. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Bubbly, bubbly, bubbly bubbles.
Bubbly bubbles.
Bubbly bubbles.
Bubbly bubbly.
Just call me Bubbles, darling. Everybody does.
Bubbly bubbly.
Where are we?
Can I play drums on this?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
Can I make a request of Creedence Clearwater Revival? I reckon we can probably blag something Creedence. We could do the acoustic version of Have You Ever Seen the Rain?
We should do I Can't Stop the Rain. What the fuck is going on with this thing?
Simon's getting in a tangle.
From my window.
Are you tangling, Bear?
I'm all tangled up.
Aye.
Right.
Okay.
You and your pedal placement. What's going on with you? Very fucking dare you.
But yes, we will try and do a Creedence number.
Okay, when you're ready.
Okay, here we go. Yep.
Come on now.
Well, how's your view of things today? Got up young to fade away. This innocent but unaware. Your privates take us everywhere. I can't keep up with you. I can't keep up. I can't compete with history. We'll film it live and double tale. The mystery must stay inside. Look at our home, look at our lives. In control of the morning. In control of the sea. I've been waiting on the bubbles at night. I'm chasing around trying to pop them all the time. We don't need to trust a single word they say. 'Cause you are creating all the bubbles at play. A baby is a sinner. She'll wash away your sins. She'll wash away your sins. She'll wash away your sins and go home. I only once upset my kid, accused him of a moral sin. He came back home and made a change. His life was not the same again. Can't ask him again. I should let him go. You are creating all the bubbles at night, and I'm chasing around trying to pop them all the time. We don't need to trust a single word they say, 'cause you are creating all the bubbles at play. There's a girl, there's a girl, there's a girl, there's a girl down by the river. In her own creepy world, there's a girl, and she's down by the river. It's time to consider that baby is a sinner. She'll wash away your sins. She'll wash away your sins. She'll wash away your sins and go home. One more, I think. I say, sir. Steady on now. Feel better for that?
Oh man, so much better.
Blew some cobwebs out. Oh, right, I think it's a chatty time.
Shot my load there.
Yeah. You went balls deep in that, my boy. All the way up to the cannon's wheels. Right, so. Thank you.
Oh,
Right.
Leanne, you're so kind. Thank you very much, puppy.
So what is our chat subject for today, ladies and gentlemen? You may ask. Well, that's it. There it was. Pong. Here we go. Right, here we go. Hello. I say, welcome to News at 10.
Hello.
With Michael McDonald. Right, so, our subject this evening, ladies and gentlemen. What are you after?
I was going to take the reverb down.
So it's these buttons here, scan these top two.
That rolls through the pages.
Yep, so that, when you get to this bunch of green... Oh, there we are. Greetings, everybody. Our chat subject is, for this evening, free will.
Lee.
Okay. It's an interesting subject. I'll be very interested to hear your take on things.
Okay.
I get a feeling I know where your loyalties lie on this one. So
Okay.
Let's see.
But this is actually a huge subject.
Oh yeah, it's a massive subject. It's so big it couldn't even fit up my bottom. So we know how big that.
There's plenty of room there.
Oh, there is. It's like a Doctor Who TARDIS up there. Here we go. So, first of all, my guessing is you don't believe there is such thing as free will.
No.
So you believe preordained.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Ooh, controversial. Tell.
Untrod territory.
Tell me your secrets.
So first of all, set the premise.
Okay, so free will. Do we have free will? Do we not have free will? Are we in charge of the decisions we make? Do they alter our future? Or is everything preordained and we just are under the illusion that we have free will and that we can make choices and it will inevitably change the outcome?
Right, so that's the premise. So now it's such a broad subject, and
You got 4 minutes.
the thing with free will is it's heavily laden in religion.
Yes.
So if you're not religious, or you've had no kind of dogma ingrained into you, and even if you're not religious, living in certain societies, whether it be the Western world is largely kind of Christian society. Actually, the majority of the world is kind of Christian society, and that includes, all Catholic, Protestant,
Church of England.
Church of England. Well, that would be Protestant, wouldn't it?
Is it? Are they church?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my. You got Anglican, so you've got all these different things, but then you've also got Muslim. That's really based in kind of Christianity, although people may not realise that. Hindu religion isn't. The Jewish faith isn't. So anything that doesn't really have Jesus Christ in it wouldn't be Christian.
Superstar.
So that's where the idea of free will really sparks its root from. So having said that, what's your position?
My position, it's a tricky one, because if I take out the religious element and that there is some, say, preordained...
And that's just one aspect. So you could say, even if it's just spiritually looking, so if you don't believe in religion, you would then move to, so you're agnostic or you're atheist. So you believe that there's something, but you don't have proof, or you'd like to see proof, but you believe there may be something greater, whether it's something in a kind of polytheism idea or monotheism, or if you believe that there's a greater consciousness or some sort of something greater than just here, now, the moment, breathing, and then you die and there's absolutely nothing. So yeah, it is broader than that. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right. So I have an interesting experience, and we talked about this on the channel before, where, do you remember I'd said that I had a dream and I predicted what would happen? I had a dream.
It was obscene.
It was an English lesson. Do you remember I told you about the English lesson where I'd said to a friend of mine, I had a dream last night where this person is going to get up.
Oh,
she's
yes,
gonna
yeah.
Basically sort of shout at the teacher, start crying, and get out of the room. And she did.
It happened.
And it happened.
Yeah.
If that can happen, then that must mean...
Do we have free will?
Do we have free will? Or was that preordained? Was that a conclusion that was destined to happen? That's why, for some reason, the night before I dreamt it and I got a little glimpse into what was coming up. So if that is the case, then everything... If those kind of things can happen, then does that mean everything's preordained?
Now that really brings in a really interesting angle. So things like that, where you talk about premonition or seers, or you talk about...
Thank you, Mark.
Sorry.
So
when
we're not used to Facebook now being...
Does anyone hear the Tarzan noise? No, so when that happens, we hear a Tarzan noise. So that brings in a really broader aspect. If something's... if someone's seen something that's going to happen, whether it, people have famously pre-seen air crashes and accidents and stuff. I mean, I was having a New Year's Eve gig where I was having a chat with two of the people in the band about stuff like that, and where people have had premonitions, or they've had experiences where they've thought something's going to happen and it's going to happen. So does that mean then that everything is already done and we're just riders on the storm? So we're going to expire in our time here.
That's what we always do.
So it could be as simple as we just don't know enough and we look at these things too simply. A lot of our religious ideas and sense.
Rachel! Hello, darling.
Rachel, hello, Poppet. Nice to see you. Oh, wait a minute. We've got consent is very... Where am I going here? Very good. Consent is very important. I've lost what that was to do with, Leanne. Homer said...
Was I touching your leg without asking? Sorry.
Well, maybe that was the anal things up your anal. You definitely have to lay out your premise before you start the timer.
Yeah, maybe we have to sort of spend about 15 minutes laying out the premise, and then we might actually fit it in the time. I'm so sorry. I've got so much to say about this. That's right. Go.
So if with that, where you've got a premonition, it could be religion is greatly believed that people didn't understand things, so it would rain one day, it would thunder another day, and because they didn't know what that was, and it seemed to come from above, they felt there was something up there. They looked at the stars, there was these mysterious lights, and they travelled and they moved, and also as well, without light, without ambient light, those would have had such a bigger impact on people's lives than we get them
and
today.
Also the idea of, especially human beings, we tend to feel very, very insecure, very scared. Oh my God, what happens when...
We've evolved to survive. So everything we come across, the first thing our brains do is check, is this going to be a danger for me, or is this going to be helpful to me? So it has to weigh up. So everything that we come across, we judge, and we judge it from that point of view.
But I think because of that, the idea of we needed to fill, and also the idea of when you die, we needed to fill that void of unknown with a something, and that something was a...
Yeah, but sometimes that can come from lack of knowledge. So it's 2 and 2 is 22 as opposed to 4.
Yeah.
That seems to make sense.
Isn't it?
But that's just an analogy of kind of, you see, you put 2 and 2 together, that could be 22 if you don't understand.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I mean, can you add it up as a sum?
Yeah.
Then it's 4. It seems like that makes sense. So if you see something, but what if all time happens in one moment? So everything that we're going to do and everything that we have done is happening in one moment. I told you about...
Was Lee sorry? Lee said, did this person have a history of emotional outbursts? It could have been in your subconscious.
Oh, I see. So the person that you saw in the classroom where you thought they were going to get... That's what he's saying.
No,
yeah.
I literally...
That's a really good question, Really good question.
No, they didn't. The interesting thing is I literally pictured the exact scene, the exact classroom, which class we were in. And I said, it's the English lesson with this particular teacher. Her name was Mrs. Drakeman, I do believe. And I do believe. And I knew that this girl was sitting over on the left-hand side, and she would get up and sort of shout at the teacher, start crying and go out. It was very, very specific, really.
And also that must have been quite scary at that time when that happened. So how old were you then?
I was probably about 13.
Yeah?
Yeah.
TL said, I think we have very limited free will, being everyone has it that they can have influence on my free will, no predestination for me. So that's...
Do you mean as in like a societal influence, so kind of a... You're constantly being...
I'm taking it, that's what you mean.
So you're constantly being kind of coerced and pushed into various directions. So
you say, let's take it to the extreme. Someone gets on your nerves and you want to just shoot them, but you can't because there's laws against that. So that
has impinged
blockades
on your free will
from, say, that extreme kind of outcome or whatever like that. But that's a really... there's... My opinion is that there's certain things that we lean towards, and our history tends to predict our future as well, because unless we make...
Hello, sexy boy.
Hello, Matty boy. Matty's one of my favourite people.
He's lovely.
Hello, mate. That's Matt from Sons of Southpaw, by the way. He's just such a gentleman and such a gentle soul. Anyway, and also a very caring person. Anyway, his sister's been very ill, so I hope Ruth is doing well now.
And he's the kind of man who could sweat at the North Pole, just standing in his pants.
He's always in his shorts.
Yeah, he's a
his
human radiator, that man.
So I think that we have kind of certain tendencies and certain ways that we deal with anything that comes to us as stimuli. We have a set way of dealing with things, so that's kind of, we're predisposed to certain avenues, and change for us is extremely hard. If you've got a pattern of behaviour that you've got used to, trying to change that pattern of behaviour is extremely hard. It takes a lot of will, conscious effort. You know, anyone who's had to struggle with weight, anyone who's had to struggle with bad habits, or even like, you know, we don't choose who we fall in love with. You fall in love with someone, you can't help how you feel. Even if they've got two anuses and they'll keep one away from you.
It's only a little second anus, all right?
You and your
it's like saying something you got a third nipple when you got a nubbin.
Yes, so that's a really interesting, and getting back to what TL said, there's certain things that we can only do a certain amount of. We have a certain remit in our lives. If I want to just suddenly, I don't know, think of something stupid. I want to suddenly make a TV program about something. There's so many obstacles in my way, and there's so much that I can do, but then there's a lot that you have to rely. I come here, I have to rely on you to do so much of this stuff, you know. And
still fucking
but everything that we do. So when you're at work, or you have a job, or you have a business, or whatever like that, there's so many people you have to rely on to do their part.
So do you think there's Leanne said it's sort of a branch of the nature nurture.
Absolutely. Pop it.
Society definitely curtails free will, although I've heard a great saying, once everyone is a murderer, you just haven't met the right person yet.
That's such a great, that's a really good one, Homer.
But do you think, is there any situation where...
And thinking about that, actually, that's such a great... Because everyone is capable of murder. You just haven't met the person that's pushed you to that limit.
A wise friend of mine, Mr. Chris Frisbee, if you're out there, that's his real name, Chris Frisbee. Lovely guy, like really way ahead of his time when we were young. Fantastic guy. And he said, Mike, you have to remember that every human being is capable of everything. Yeah. In the right situations, in the right circumstances.
With the right amount of pressure or tension or whatever like that, it can push people to do mad things they never thought
it's like
they
when
would
people
do,
think
good and bad.
In a situation of like crisis, that you would be the hero and that you would do this, and then you find that you're the one who, like for example, when the Titanic went down, and you've got people trying to literally climb on lifeboats and pushing other people underwater to get, will you be the person sitting there trying to help the women and children on board?
And again,
or will you be the one fighting to just...
We've evolved to survive at all costs. Life, and this is the same with animals, plants, everything. When you look into it, life at all costs will try and survive.
It's a bit of a darker side of it, but if you've ever... For those of you who are kind of getting to our age, you will have been through loss at some point, and the chances are you will have seen someone you care about pass on. And when you watch a human body when it's kind of getting towards the end of its life, and how much it fights to try and keep going, man. Like when it should have gone, God knows how long, it will just keep going and going until it's got absolutely nothing left.
And you see this with prey animals as well. They'll fight and fight and fight, and then there'll just be a moment where they just suddenly go limp, and then they've just given up. Yeah. And that, again, that happens with all forms. Even like if you look at amoeba, bacteria, that's exactly the same thing. Sorry.
Leanne said, my whole degree was based on nature, nurture, and the psychology behind it. It's a massively interesting subject.
Yeah. Mark said there, ain't that the truth about falling in love? Yeah, unfortunately, we don't choose who we fall in love with.
Apparently it's hard on the knees, according to Aerosmith.
What a great track that is as well.
We need to do more Aerosmith.
So do you kind of believe then that things are partly preordained?
I hope not.
I believe, so I was brought up in a Roman Catholic, very religious family. And
I do need a button that just goes,
but yeah, when I was I started to study a lot of theology and stuff like that. And when I was kind of, I think, early 20s or so, I kind of made my mind up that I didn't believe the dogma of that. I wouldn't say I'm atheist. I think I'm probably more agnostic.
Yeah, you believe there is a something, you just don't know what.
Yeah, I've also, again, like you've had that that strange experience. I've had, from birth, I've had really strange experience of seeing things and experiencing things. One of my girlfriends, 2 years before I met her, I started dreaming about her. I knew her name, I knew where she lived, I knew her mum's name, I knew so much about
God,
her.
you're a dream stalker.
Honestly, it was really, really weird. And then I met her at a gig, and yeah, just fucking weird.
So what does that say to you, though? Is it, again, 'cause then you can start getting into the whole debate about time being linear and all that kind of thing, can't you? And all the idea of...
And even now, she's one of the people that has affected me most in my life. And I was only with her for 3 years or so. But, yeah, just so weird.
Bizarre,
So weird. Yeah. And I don't have any explanation for it, but just because I don't have any explanation for it doesn't mean it's not real, or it doesn't. It's just there's no present way scientifically to try and explain something as bizarre and stupid as that. But then, you know, in the 60s they didn't believe there was quantum physics. Now we can prove it.
Yeah.
You can conduct experiments for that. So, you know, shit changes.
So what about you, ladies and gentlemen? Do you believe we have free will?
I'd be really interested how many of you believe in kind of fate, because that's
Yeah.
kind of an offshoot of free will. Do you believe in fate? Certain things are meant to be, especially if you believe in kind of a soulmate or something like that. Also as well, so like I started, you know, I told you I went to see loads of like
Mediums
clairvoyants,
and
mediums, tarot readers and stuff like that. I've seen about, I think 80, 85, something like that.
I want to go to one. I'd love to go to like one of those spiritualist churches.
There was
with
one
you.
that Carrie told me about that one of her friends went. She said she was incredible. Oh,
Yeah.
he was incredible. Did
No,
it over.
me and you'll definitely have to. If we can find one where we can go together, that would be really
Okay,
interesting.
that would be really cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to do that as an experiment.
Should we put a little blankie over your head and to Gypsy Simon?
Come, my pretty.
No, that's Witchy Simon. That's different.
Leanne said, Simon has always struck me as a fortune teller. It's the hair and my earrings as well. So, yeah, that's really interesting. Do you believe in fate? Because some people believe that certain things are fated to happen, and other people just are very much, it's here now, the moment, anything can
It's
change.
chaos, everything can change.
Yeah, exactly. Stuart, hello!
Vibration, it's all about frequency. That's why you get a good feeling being around certain people.
Well, there's
Does that mean people are vibrating at me? I'm not sure I'm quite comfortable with that.
Well, that's kind of... There was some research done, and so everything vibrates, and our DNA vibrates. But they found that everyone vibrates at a different frequency.
That's what I vibrate at. Oh,
I'm heavier. I got a big bottom. And so there's a theory that people... Fortune teller told me I should be a cage fighter. Well, you could always try, I guess.
You could try it with those piercings, Mark. You'll probably last about 2 seconds before
TL
your
says
face is a
no
mess.
to fate. He doesn't believe in fate. I believe that everything happens for a reason. But
that's fate, isn't it, then?
That is kind of a fate thing, would you say, Leanne? I don't know.
I would say so.
Because very often we look at things and go, oh, everything happens for a reason, because you look at things in retrospect. But if you think about the myriad of other things so many things, you've got to think it's like a branch. Everything's offshooting and then offshooting and then offshooting again. So you've got all these different connections, and we look back sometimes, and you may absolutely be right, Leanne, but sometimes I think that we can look back and go, that was the best outcome, or that's why that happened. But it could have gone 100 different ways, just something so left field. Because, you know, if the roof suddenly caved in now, but it didn't.
Yeah.
That moment, that would have changed everything, you know?
Well, I did build this, so it is a possibility.
You did a great job. Homer said, there is a thought that you live many lives and that you are surrounded by the same people each time. So there's a book I read that's very similar to that, Homer, called Many Lives, Many Masters, and that it's a really good book.
Yeah, they say almost like soul groups where you share...
And so you're always connected to these people. So we might be friends in this life, but I may have been your mother in a previous life or whatever.
We were lovers. Come on. You know how
Double
this
bum
works.
lovers.
It's taken us 40, nearly 50 years to find each other. Now it's sexy time.
But yes, so we always live through the same epoch, and then we swap around. So we're always surrounded, and so we live all.
So this
many
time you're the
different-
giver, I'm the taker.
I'm a fighter, not a lover. I'm a lover, not a fighter. It should be. But sorry, going back to what Stuart said.
Yes.
So the idea is that everyone's DNA vibrates. So you may feel connection with people that are closer to your vibration. And sometimes if you're just be in a room and you'll see someone and you instantly kind of just, I don't like that person, or you don't feel uncomfortable. That might be because they've got a different vibration and we're feeling those things. Again, it's just a theory. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? But that's really interesting. So you're not...
Whether
yes,
we learn from it, etc., same as the invisible string theory.
Right, wait a minute. Where was that? So Leanne said whether we learn from it, etc. Same as. Right. I see.
Oh,
Sorry.
we
Leanne.
missed. Lee said, "I don't believe in fate, but I do believe we are somewhat predictable and can only make choice in the circumstances we're given."
Yeah, dude. So
We are definitely predictable.
That's
Absolutely.
very much as well. Our history predicts our future because we have faced with the similar options or the same choices.
Can I just put out a prediction? Guess what I need now?
a we?
Yep.
Of course you
Carry
fucking
on.
do. Stuart said...
We all saw that one coming.
Fucking hell.
That's preordained.
Stuart said, yes, because you're not your body or brain, you're just like a radio. You receive the Michael Simon, that frequency. We are energy which can't be destroyed. So energy can't be destroyed, you're absolutely right. But you're just like a radio you receive. Is that true? Well, who knows if it's true? That's an idea. It's an idea of yours, of course. Yes, because you're not your brain or your body. Well, that if you're not your brain or your body, then that kind of says then you believe in a soul. So that's another really interesting thing. Are the thoughts that we hear in our head? So you've got 100 thoughts going through your head, and you hear a voice. I'll do this, or I must tell someone that, or I mustn't forget to turn off the washing, or whatever the case is. What I'm going to have. So is that your brain telling you that, or is that your soul? The idea that you're not your brain and your body, there's something else. So there was an interesting thing that Stuart said there. You read that, I'll move on to Homer. That's why you can have an instant attraction with certain people. Yes, I agree. That's that idea of having an instant attraction to people or feeling instant synergy with people. That's why that idea of that vibration in the DNA really kind of...
Oh, okay.
I think, well, that kind of makes sense. Who knows if it's true or not, but that would, you put those two things together and you go, oh, there's some sense there. But again, it could be 2 and 2 is 22. Rob said, believed in free will until a couple of years ago. Oh, that's interesting. Won't go into detail, but what felt like a voice in my head saved me from doing something stupid.
That's really interesting.
That's really interesting, Rob. So what felt like a voice in my head?
I had that with someone, it was an old girlfriend of mine.
So do you mind... Keep in mind what you're going to say there. So, Rob, that's really interesting. Do you think that could be, though, intuition? Your brain's constantly calculating things and working things out. Is that your intuition going, oh, be careful of this, or take a step back from that? That'd be interesting. Go on.
Yeah, an ex-girlfriend of mine, she was telling me a story about
It's really interesting. Thank you,
Yeah,
everyone.
that's a really good one. That she would cross the same road every day. And
Any particular reason? No,
no, it's just stand. That's all she did. Just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Was she a lollipop lady? God.
And she said, it's sort of like a fairly quiet road, so she would sort of not think too much about it. But she said this one time she went to cross, and then something in her head just went stop, and she was like, it really sort of made it freaked her out. She's like, what? And a car just came absolutely hurtling, like speeding like living fuck, and went charging through. And if she had crossed, it would have taken her out. And it was just in that one moment.
So many people have had experiences like that.
Yeah.
Where they feel, which is kind of similar to what you were saying about being in that just a different, same thing but different, Stuart said, Stuart said, I didn't realise, but some people don't have dialogues going on. No, that's true. There's a...
Carrie.
There's a condition where you don't have...
Yeah, oh no, Carrie was talking about it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's really funny, because I asked her about that, and then... so I have a thing in my phone where there's loads of words that... At one point I started forgetting things, so I started writing stuff down, and I'd obviously had a conversation with her before, because I went to write it in there, and it was already written in about that, yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, but there are people. The thing that Carrie was talking about is where people can't actually picture things in their head. So you tell them think of a red elephant, and they can't imagine that or picture that. So Homer said, "I've had that with a road. Would have died if I had not listened to the voice in my head at a certain point." Same thing. So yeah.
But in Homer's case, it was a horse and cart in ancient Rome.
It was a boulder coming down a hill.
It was bandits. That's what it was. It's a bit like the film Final Destination. That film, have you seen it?
I don't think so.
Okay, it had...
Oh, is that where they trick death, but it gets them somehow?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're supposed to be on a plane, and the plane...
so I haven't seen the film, but I know the concept.
But there's various wacky and crazy deaths that happen to people. And there's one death in it that literally, when I saw it, made me like, that's too much.
Oh, really?
And there's
Especially
this guy,
for you.
there's a young guy, and he's walking, there's this huge pane of glass that's being held up. And he looks, and it snaps, and it comes down, and he literally kind of implodes. Or it just literally squashes him, and it's so graphic that, I literally watched it and was like, oh. No, there's only three things that have done that to me in my life. One was
one of them my face?
There was one that scared the living shit out of me as a kid, and that's Ghostbusters, when the librarian ghost just goes like that.
Oh, right.
As a kid, that terrified the shit out of me. The second one was, and we've probably told this on here, was the remake of The Ring. Have you seen that? The Ring films?
I think I saw the first one.
Yeah. And basically they open a wardrobe, and there's this girl in there, and her face kind of almost melts onto her. She just sort of... Oh. I saw that in the cinema. I just went, no, absolutely not. I will not be having any more of that. Thank you.
And what was the third one?
That was the Final Destination.
Oh, right. Okay. I thought that was the first one. TL said, will complete absence of free will mean that there is no fair way of accountability? How do you mean, TL? I'm lost with that. So let me just run that again. Would complete absence of free will mean... Oh, I see what you mean. So if you don't have free will, how can you be accountable for anything because it's not been your choice?
Yeah, that's
true.
That's
a really interesting... Yeah, so again, that's one of the reasons I believe that we do have free will. We can make the choice to do certain things, or we can make the choice to do...
believe in love after love?
Yeah. Rob said...
That is the best diss I have ever seen from you.
The funny thing is, I was thinking, do you believe in love after love? Oh, yeah, I do.
I was doing a really bad Cher auto-tuned impression.
Oh, it was quite good. Actually, all your impressions are quite good, especially Kermit. Rob said, maybe I really don't know exactly what you've just said. Something just made me stop. Oh, this is about the intuition.
Oh, yeah.
I heard a voice. I heard it as a voice in my head, or maybe my subconscious has made me think of it as a voice, so I can contextualize it. It's really hard to know, isn't it? Because some people, they'll say, oh, they've heard, a past... relative that's died or something like that, and they heard the voice, or they've felt a hand pull them back, and that's kind of similar to what you're saying. Although, so if you had heard the voice and say it sounded like, say, if you had a relative that had passed or something, you heard that, you'd be saying, oh, it would seem more like a supernatural thing in that sense. So yes, it's again, we're just we're so badly designed as human beings, as incredible as the human body and brain is, and there's just so much that we don't know. Just such a, we're kind of like those people when they invented the penny farthing in the mid 1800s. This is the pinnacle of science, and everything that can be invented has been invented, and nothing else will be.
On the subject of penny farthings, I have to say, there's times in your life where you see or experience something that is just so unbelievably perfect that you're just like, I don't think life can get any better in that moment. We were driving around the back roads of kind of Housestead, Gosfield, that way. There was an old man on a penny farthing in his pyjamas. And I was just like, life doesn't get any better than this. I can now crash my car into a ditch. I've succeeded.
I've seen everything I
need to see. Nothing could be better than this.
Leanne said, it's like vision. It's like vision that tells the person to get off the plane. Absolutely, Poppy. Yeah, you're right. And then it blows up. Mark said, I watched Final Destination 3 in 3D. Was really good. Oh, God. I wouldn't want to see that.
I felt the splatter.
Sorry, it was Final Destination 4, not 3. Details, Mark. Homer said, who invented a penny farthing? Why? Why? Yeah.
Sorry, in your era, obviously as well. You know, this all skipped you by. And
Yeah. This is still catching up, Homer.
Yep.
Yeah. Funny enough, I was watching. The only way I can get to sleep is by watching reruns of Family Guy over and over again. And there was a bit where there was a bloke on a penny farthing, and I spent about an hour thinking, just lying in bed thinking, why did they? and it was because before they had the idea of the chain, they had. All right, so you can move the pedal forward.
it was literally just
but because
on the wheel.
Having a normal sized wheel, there was just not enough motion to be able to get up any reasonable speed. So that's why they developed it. It just got to be such a ridiculous.
Probably about a decade ago, maybe they brought out like smaller penny farthings.
Oh right.
And I wish I'd bought one because they weren't that expensive, and now the prices.
You'd be the kind of person I'd expect to get a unicycle.
I do have one.
Oh fuck!
I cannot.
Of course you have.
I tried. And
You've got stilts as well, haven't you?
I have got stilts. Yes.
I said, who used to ride on two turtles?
Absolutely. The glory days.
Thank you so much for joining it. That was really
Yes,
interesting.
that was a really
talking to
great chat,
everyone. That was a good subject as well, man. It's hard to know because you could say that everything's predestined and then we're just passengers, but then there's so many things that I suppose some people I think are on just autopilot and everything's kind of a reaction, and other people they really cogitate and they contemplate and they think about that. You and I are both like that. Before we make any move or say anything, we think about it in triplicate at least before we kind of come out.
We say that sometimes my mouth does tend to get ahead of me.
When you're with Glenn, your mouth runs off, doesn't it?
Or at a gig. Did you hear? I didn't tell you that the recent one that.
What?
Yeah. I'd say goodbye at the end of the night and sort of like, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy, your emergency exits are here, here and here, and remember to change your underwear regularly to avoid a build-up of yeast.
Oh, dude. Oh, but that's you. That's just you.
Yeah.
Mark said, having bit of body parts floating beside you, loads of blood and gore everywhere.
Oh, that's on Final Destination.
What the
in
fuck?
3D, yeah.
Leanne said, I think this is the longest debate I've ever seen.
Oh, you're obviously new to this channel.
You're new to this.
Yeah, trust me.
Right,
This
let's
goes-
do some fucking music.
Okay. So we got one more for you, ladies and gents. Let's scoot off this.
I can't remember what key that's in, but we'll find out.
That's it. Yep. Okay.
Okay, Rachel said,
Rachel's-
coming back from Stonemarie's aerodrome one day, am I saying that right? Yeah. Saw two guys on the back roads in model cycling gear, riding penny farthings, racing. That must have been hilarious.
But surely, if you're going to go that far to get them, you should be in a top hat and everything.
I
and,
love the idea of
yeah,
that, though.
playing conkers as you're going past each other. Okay. We are going to dedicate this song to a certain individual who no longer can see this stream because we barred her. She's a dick.
Oh, dear.
Right.
Again, though,
Or is it preordained that she was a knob?
No, but to me, so I think that I quite like the idea of reincarnation. And I think there's younger souls and there's older souls. And younger souls, everything's like, I just want to taste everything, I want to fuck everything, want experiences and high points. And then once you've been through that, you're like, okay, I've done all of that. I want to try some other things.
I hope in her next life she comes back something better than what she is in this one.
Yeah, but everyone has to make mistakes. So as much as I don't think that she's necessarily a nice person,
I can agree.
yeah, but again, everyone's badly made. So
Yeah, but some people at least try to make a bit of an effort.
Yeah, exactly. Some people, but you have to get through the thing of being an arsehole to kind of move on to being someone having a bit more caliber and a bit more goodwill.
Just
kind
put it
of.
up. No shit.
I mean, who knows?
Okay, yeah, well, might as well, yeah.
But yeah, so I personally think that everyone's got good points and bad points. I think there's a very few amount of people that are genuinely kind of evil or bad people, but generally people try and do what they want, and some people are just more, what should I say, weak in that they give into their
own.
I want this, I want that, I want everything the way I want it, and lack empathy, lack kindness, just kindness and thoughtfulness. But it doesn't necessarily mean that's a bad person. It's just, and hopefully that person.
Does it?
Well, but then again, that's how you see it. Me, I think that there's very few bad people. It's just weak people, or and weak people are more self-indulgent and they have less empathy because they're more interested in themselves. Other people, like you and I, if we see other people happy, it makes us happy. We're not like, oh, I must do everything to make myself happy. But then we've got loads of bad points and we make big mistakes, and you telling people watch out for yeast in your pants and stuff like that, on a better day.
It's a valid point though, you have to admit.
What?
If you don't change your pants on a regular basis, stuff's going to grow in there.
Yeast.
Many a convo have inside knowledge, and yes, everyone makes mistakes. Cough, Simon. But we learn from. Well, you say that. That's the thing. When you.
Well, I know someone like that.
Yes, you do, Rachel. Yes, we both do. But the thing is, if you don't learn from them and you just repeat, especially if you like.
Yeah, but some people don't. They don't learn, and they keep making the same mistakes. And then what they do is they blame all their failings on everyone else. What happens is they just end up being more. What happens is they burn out that person, and they burn out that person, and then they just keep moving to new people. And eventually, at some point, again, people only make changes to their life when they hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
And the more that people try and, oh, you're really not that bad, or they cater for
it's
them.
Enabling, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly, enabling. So, and again, just, we're all made so badly, so everyone's at some point of development. That's how I look at it. What the fuck do I know?
Right, we need to do Creedence Clearwater, don't we? Bad Moon Rising.
Yeah.
Should we do that instead?
No. That's fine. Bad Moon Rising.
It is definitely on there because you did a track for it, didn't you?
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, you know what I'd love to do is Born on the Bayou. That's such an incredible song.
Oh, God, I haven't heard that for ages.
His voice on that is...
Born by...
That's John Fogerty, isn't it? What an incredible vocal he had.
Yes.
He just incredible. Anyway, right. We're babbling way too much.
Let me know when you come in. I see a bad moon rising. Maybe. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. and gentlemen, thank you very much. It's been really, really enjoyable tonight.
I ran over. I didn't even realise it.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed chatting with everyone about that. Thank you so much.
It's been great, everyone. Thank you very much indeed. What are you up to this weekend, Simon?
I'm not playing.
Oh, of course, yeah. You've got sort of almost a month off, haven't you?
Yeah. You know what? I really enjoyed last weekend not doing... Well, I was saying that. I was recording and I was working through the night. But not going out to a gig. I didn't actually miss it last week.
Yeah, I suppose you actually get to just knuckle down and...
Yeah, just with my knuckles, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
You
knuckles.
just sit there going,
It's just mainly all knuckles. And so that's why the music's not sounding that great. Very fisty.
Yeah, you're fisting your console once again.
Where are you? Where are you this weekend?
I am playing drums for Young Guns.
Oh, that's this Friday, isn't it?
Yes.
Where is it?
I can't remember the venue. It's like the War something. I can't remember what it is.
Where is it?
Yeah, I need to look that up.
Right, it's the War something with Young Guns somewhere.
Somewhere, yeah. But yeah, so it'll be an interesting one. So it's all this.
How has your thumb business been with
It's
the
not
rehearsal?
too bad at the moment.
Good for you.
So I've got a rehearsal tomorrow. So, but it's because all the stuff is medleys.
Yeah,
Literally,
it must be so much to remember.
that's what notes are for. So I have many notes.
His playing earlier was absolutely fantastic. So good. Really, really good. When you were playing, I was like, Jesus, that's some good playing. That was really good.
Jesus. Nail him up like Jesus.
It's a shame he's such a fucking arsehole.
All right, everyone. Take care. Much love. Look after yourself. Stay safe. Stay hungry for love, everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us. Be kind and have a great week.
Yes.
Love you.
Bye.